Hello, everyone. We want to take this opportunity to say thank you. As you grow at the Golden Boot, so do our needs, but we cannot do it without you. We ask that you continue to like our posts, share our content, and subscribe to our YouTube, Facebook, and other social media platforms. You may also visit thegoldenboot.com for the latest merch. If you would like to make a financial donation, you can do so through Cash App at @GoldenBoot or through PayPal at paypal.me/GoldenBoot. We look forward to bringing you more laughs, knowledge, and entertainment. And again, thank you for your endless support. Sincerely and respectfully, the Golden Boot team.
The views and opinions expressed in the Golden Boot podcast are those of the speaker and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of the Golden Boot podcast as a whole.
Y'all ready to get rolling? Quiet on the set. Hey, welcome back to another edition of the Golden Boot. It's your boy Pooh Bear. Got my man Aunt Petty Murphy in the building, fresh off of quarantine. Got my man D Wig in the building.
What's up?
Good evening, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well.
Fellas?
Doing great.
Fought through this cold, chilly weather, like the Tigers.
Flu game.
And
Bro, the weather didn't have anything to do with this game. Oh my god.
Oh, it had stuff to do with the game. But yeah. But hey, survive in advance.
Yeah.
We said all we had to do was go into Arkansas, win the game, and then we can't control what other people do. But we did our part. Alabama did their part. So
hey, was y'all rooting for Alabama though?
No. Why?
That's my thoughts. We had a chance to win it on our own, so I wasn't finna root for them to do it. We'll just handle business on our own.
I'll be honest with you. It was good on both sides. I found, Bama win, okay, we got the West out right. Bama lose.
Bama lose.
So
yeah.
I didn't want them to lose though. I'm gonna tell you why I didn't want them to lose. Because I didn't want it to be Bama just had a really bad year this year. You know what I'm saying? No.
That's a good point.
We beat them.
I got GS swacking the food with the comment said Perkins Drive and BR has to be renamed to Harold Perkins Drive.
100%.
I agree.
Big facts.
Then he come back.
That boy crazy, man.
Two schools I never root for: SU and Bama.
That dude, I'm with you on one of them.
I'm with you on Bama. I can't say that for SU.
That's funny. We got Zay came in here. Go Tigers. Then he said, "Wapanda forever."
Hey, we're gonna have to do like a little side pod on a review of that.
Yeah,
just drop one.
Yeah, I don't want to do no spoilers out there. It's a good movie.
Yeah,
great movie. Definitely worth going to see. Maybe twice. One day y'all gonna go play the unedited version of Nick. Now we might sing the unedited version of Nick, but
nah, I don't know about that. Playing that,
and we trying to get sponsors.
Our sponsors can sing with us.
Well, in that case, then let's play it.
All right. So LSU is now officially the SEC West champions.
Yes, sir.
Moving on, we will be playing against Georgia in the Georgia Dome. First of all, congratulations.
Not the Georgia Dome.
I'm sorry, the Mercedes-Benz Dome. Yeah, whatever. It's stupid.
The ashes.
But
good.
He said
he
tried to okay, all right. Okay. All right.
Some elbows.
I'm gonna put your barber back up.
Hey, chill out.
Yeah, but we'll be back.
Oh snap, Pooh Bear. Who is Lucy, bro? Who is that?
I have no idea.
The sexy Pooh Bear. That is hilarious.
I mean, at least she ain't blind. That's a good thing about that.
We don't know that.
But Harold Perkins.
Yeah.
Man on fire.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say. He, saying, we named this, the pod flu game. By the way, fellas, congratulations, episode 50. Well on our way. Some days we feel like we'll be here, but we here.
We made it.
Yeah. Flu game.
Yeah.
So it was reported after the game. Brian Kelly said that Harold Perkins vomited before the game. He told Harold, to kind of sit out. Harold said, basically, you're gonna have to kill me to sit me out. And that man responded in a great way. It wasn't flu. It wasn't food poisoning.
Yeah, he got you on that one, Jordan. But how did he not know MJ? Like that's the biggest part of the story to me.
He probably knew who he was, but like quick reference, like first thing that come to your mind, him being that age.
They got a pair of shoes called flu games.
But they're George.
Bro, he was born. He was born in 2003, probably 2004. But I get it. Like right off the bat, MJ. I'm 19 years old.
What if he responded? He said like MJ. He said the dude who played for the Wizards.
Yeah.
Or if he would have said, he probably would have been better if he would have said, well, LeBron never had a flu game.
No, Dwayne Wade did though.
Okay. But yeah, let's get to this debate because I'm ready.
But is that the real reason why they had chicken broth on the sideline and not because of the weather?
That's true. Also, I want to ask this.
Hot chocolate.
Everybody was talking about the game and how the slow start and how the players played. We all know when you're in close proximity to people like that, if one person's sick, it ain't the only person.
They said it wasn't just him, that there was multiple people during the week who had that. And that might have been one reason why the line was so low the whole week, is Vegas knew that they were dealing with the flu.
That might be.
Maybe Vegas has a time machine, but
Vegas be knowing. Shirts on sale now. Golden Boot.
Bro, Vegas be doing some freaky stuff. That's crazy. I would have never guessed that. Hey, but let me ask y'all a question. No Harold Perkins, do you win this game?
No.
Nope. It's not even debatable. It's not even debatable because I don't even know who, if you put anyone else in there, if they can do what he did.
Right.
That man was all over the place. Chris Lomax said he might be better than Devin White.
Freshman year, yeah.
And Swag said, ain't no Mike, he better than Devin.
Yeah, freshman year, there's no comparison. As far as if you compare the freshman years to each other, no, I don't even think D. White got on the field as a freshman.
He did. He played that Texas A&M game. He had a strip.
Okay. Oh, okay, yeah, I remember that.
The strip, yeah. At this point, is it even a question if he's All-American? Not even freshman All-American, definitely. I don't think that's debatable, but All-American.
He's an All-American, bro.
He should be an All-American. The only reason he doesn't is if somebody holds the fact that he didn't start the whole season against him, but they shouldn't. But we've seen crazier things happen.
Let me ask you a question. Is he an All-SEC player right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. 100%. First team?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right, cool.
He's
Because I
the
was
best
ready to go.
linebacker. He's the best linebacker in the country. Like, there's no debate about that to me.
Okay.
But when you talk about when you talk about writers and when you talk about the people who who vote on these things, you talking about the same people who got three voters who got Alabama still ranked ahead of LSU right now in the AP poll. So these are the people who are voting on these awards. How much football do they truly know? How much of it are they going to look at? Oh, he didn't even start the whole season. He can't be the best. That's why I'm saying he should, but there's politics that happen in these stuff, bro.
No, 1,000%. I agree with you. The politics. Let's take the politics out for a second.
You can't to me, but I get what you're saying.
To you. I would say even on Saturday, all the people who were tweeting out Harold Perkins. I mean, everybody was talking about Perkins. You know what I'm saying? Not just the LSU fan base. I mean, you had all kind of outside people. So I think that alone, and if you turned into that game, it wasn't just, oh, he made the play of the game. No, there were series, like different series where he just took over. You know what I'm saying? He may have not gotten a sack, but he was the reason why the play was dead. You know what I'm saying? So
I ain't disagreeing with you.
To me, honestly, I know we're about to get in this pool. To me, you don't win this game without Perkins. You don't win the Alabama game without Perkins either. On a defense, from a defensive standpoint, I don't think you do. Probably Ole Miss game as well.
I ain't gonna go that far with the other two games. I get your point. I get your point, though. I get your point, but this game right here definitely was won by Harold.
Oh, it was solidified.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Solidified.
Yeah, Bama's a little. I can kind of argue Bama because when Harold wasn't getting pressure, Wingo had a center in Bryce Young lap the entire game. So
I get it, but at the same time, like that kind of goes. I mean, if you got an end that's getting off the edge, the quarterback has no choice but to step up in the pocket.
Well,
and if Wingo was pushing,
Wingo got pressure from the edge too.
Though.
He got pressure from the edge.
Yeah, because he played defensive end.
Yeah.
True that.
I'm
just saying it kind of all right. It kind of all worked together, but I think that he's having a better season, a more impactful season than Stingley, our TM7 right now.
All right, so let's get into it. Is he the most impressive freshman in LSU history?
Yep. So far.
Because names that was so this kind of was sparked by Brody Miller did a poll. It was TM7 or Tyrann Mathieu, Derek Stingley, and Leonard Fournette, and then Harold Perkins. Now, the one thing I do want to say about this, Tyrann Mathieu, he was good his freshman year. A lot of people associate the good things he did. It's stuff he did his sophomore year, not his freshman year. But I'm not going to.
Still had good plays though. Yeah,
good plays. So let me bring up the stats so you can see. This is his freshman year, 2010. 13 games. He had 34 solo tackles.
I mean, still had 5 forced fumbles. That's crazy.
Yeah, 56 total tackles. 8.5 for a loss, 4.5 sacks, 2 interceptions, 7 pass defended, 3 forced fumbles. Oh, I'm sorry, 3 fumble recoveries and 5 forced fumbles. That was his freshman year, which was, again,
that's still crazy, bro.
Crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Bring up Stingley now. All right, with Stingley, 2019, 15 games. He had 31 solo tackles, 7 assisted, so 38 total tackles, 1 tackle for loss, no sacks, 6 interceptions, 15 passes deflected, and 1 fumble recovery. That fumble recovery was in the national championship game, so that's when Delpit stripped the guy. So,
still excellent.
Yeah,
All American. He was All American.
All American.
Yeah,
and look,
unanimous too.
Right, you got perk stats.
Yeah, I'm about to pull them up if you give me.
Oh, okay, my bad. I'm excited. My bad. Go ahead.
Hold you. I was going to say hold your
horses. Don't start. Don't.
You already started. You can't. You started first.
I was just looking out for your elbows.
I see you put that grease on your lip too.
I had to.
All right,
worry
so
about that.
Harold Perkins, 10 games, 25 solo tackles, excuse me, 27 assistant tackles, so 52 total, 8 for a loss, 7.5 sacks,
Crazy.
1 interception, 2 passes defended, and 2 forced fumbles.
Crazy.
I don't think he played. Did he play in 10 games?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
played.
we've had
He's
10
played
games.
in all
He's played
games.
in every game.
Yeah, I know he played special teams. Okay.
So that counts. He got tackles.
I think the difference between Stingley and Perkins is the position that they play. It's easier for Perkins at that position to have an impact on the game because he doesn't have to wait for somebody to throw the ball his way. The fact that Stingley came in as an early enrollee and was the best DB on our team is kind of like the same impact Perkins had, coming in as the best defensive player on the team. I think the difference is Perkins is able to have a game where he can have 4 sacks and 2 forced fumbles because they can't not go to his side like they can.
Right.
You can avoid Stingley in the passing game. You can't avoid Harold Perkins. I think that's one reason why his impact is greater than Stingley's. But Stingley had the greatest impact that you can have at a cornerback position. Like 6 interceptions, unanimous. I mean, you can't have a greater impact as a freshman. So it's kind of hard to say, can a cornerback have a bigger impact than a edge rusher linebacker? Well, no, because he's not going to have as many chances to impact the game. But whenever he did have a chance, you've seen 6 interceptions, 15 pass deflections. This is unheard of as a true freshman. So I think Perkins' impact is bigger because he has a chance to make an impact on every down, where Stingley doesn't have that same chance.
I think for me, Perkins, he reminds me so much of Lawrence Taylor and Micah Parsons. You know what I'm saying? I seen a comparison. Somebody said he's like a baby Ray Lewis and Lawrence Taylor mixed together. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the kids all over the field. I love it. And to me, like, there were plays in Derek Stingley's freshman year that he gave up, but he always came back and he always made a big play afterwards. You know what I'm saying? With Perk, even in the passing game, people will say, well, he's a liability. I haven't seen it as much. I haven't seen it. To me, there's some things that he has to get down, and I think that comes with time. But as far as his instincts, his speed, you can't coach it. And if I'm being completely honest, if I had a choice between taking Derek Stingley or taking Harold Perkins, I don't want to. What did you say earlier? Like the recency bias. I don't want to come off like that, but I'm taking Perkins. I'm taking Perkins, bro.
No, I'd take Perk too. And the thing about it is, like I just said, he can make a play every play. It doesn't matter if it's a run or pass. But when I was
not only that, he's top 20 in the country.
When I was referring to recency bias, is there's people saying that Derek Stingley is not close to Perkins or like shouldn't be in the conversation with Perkins, stuff like that. That's why I say it's recency bias, because people forget just how great Derek Stingley was. Derek Stingley had people throwing at Christian Fulton every play pretty much because they didn't want to go to his side as a true freshman.
And Christian Fulton was a dog.
And Christian Fulton went first round a few months later.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. Like that's the type of
he should have gone first round. He should have gone first round. I think he ended up going.
Yeah, he went high second.
Oh,
second or third.
But he should have went first. Yeah. But and then I thought Fulton went first round to the Titans.
I don't remember.
I'll look it up.
Well, I have to look it up. Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure he did. But yeah, and I think a lot of people are just kind of looked at the way his career ended at LSU and kind of have a skewed viewpoint of how great he was his freshman year.
Right. I just think, honestly, and we had such high hopes for Derek Stingley. After his freshman season, we was like, man, this kid, everybody was saying this is going to be the best cornerback to ever play at LSU. Now, did he finish his career at LSU being the best cornerback to play at LSU? In my opinion, no, not even close. Nah. I think that Perkins is built different. And maybe I'm just being a little bit biased, and we'll see. Only time will tell. But I just think his play is different, man. And like you said, because of his position, it could be more impactful.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Second round, 61st overall.
Oh, okay. I thought he went first round.
Yeah. I did this so we can see a little bit more of a comparison. Of course, saying he's going to have more tackles. Being that he's a linebacker versus saying a DB. Even the way they even used Tyron was special. But I'm looking at like these sacks, tackle for losses.
Guys, he's top 20 in the country in sacks, and he hasn't played that much this season. Like these last 2 games, honestly, that's when he's really been on the field, probably every down for the most part. At least 80% of the defensive snaps he's taken. So that's what's impressive to me as far as him being number 3 in the SEC with sacks, and he's a half a sack behind the guy from Alabama. Can't believe I'm forgetting his name.
Will Anderson.
Will Anderson. Yeah, he's a half a sack behind him, and he's 1 sack behind the leader in the SEC in sacks. So
he entered the game 4th nationally among linebackers with 27 pressures.
Yeah.
And he did it in 153 snaps. The top 3 guys have 304, 389, and 364 snaps.
Right. So
respectively.
What we're seeing right now is different.
Yeah.
You can make a case that he could possibly 100%. You can make a case he could possibly be the SEC Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah. I don't think
if he finished, I think if he finished the season with he gets 3 or 4 more sacks and he leads the SEC, I don't see why he can't possibly be in that.
Yeah, I'm with, but it goes back to the politics. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's true.
So this old vet says Perk got the Walter Camp FBS National Defensive Player of the Week award. I can guarantee you he's probably going to get SEC Defensive Player of the Week award as well.
Yeah, definitely,
easily. He might even. Well, they ain't gonna give him defense and freshman. I mean, they could.
They can.
They can unless somebody else.
Y'all know what else I like about Perk too, man? I don't know if y'all remember the Tank interview, but Tank said he's probably the quietest kid on the team. So to me, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because seeing a guy like that who's all over the field, you would think he'd be like Lawrence Taylor, Ray Lewis, just loud and just. But
he might just gotta grow into that.
Yeah,
he's still young.
He don't have to be. Yeah.
I mean that's true, but he's still young though, bro. It's
right.
So it's funny because every time somebody said compare him to Lawrence Taylor, first thing like because he lying the line.
Chill out, bro.
Wait, can you
chill out, bro? Chill out, bro.
I ain't hear you say it.
Man.
I said he lying the line with the defense.
They talking about him sniffing cocaine?
I ain't say it.
No, it's sideline to sideline, man. Come on, man. Get your head out.
Hey, but I tell you what. Hey, he sobered up quick. We hit your thighs, man, and that leg pop. Hey, he was sober, boy. I'm talking about. He was ref, doctors, please help me, please.
Hey, let me ask y'all a question.
No, you asked too many questions.
No, hold on. Let me ask you a question. Hey, Mike Irvin. Y'all think Michael Irvin, before he go out, he probably hit a little line? Y'all think?
I don't. All right, so
I'm just asking.
Looking at the Lucy brings up a good point. She says, "Gentlemen, I'm happy we won the West. You just jealous. I'm happy we won the West, but I don't know how excited I am about that team from Saturday going to play Georgia D."
I like it. Good question.
I don't think that team's going to show up.
I was just about to say that.
I don't think that team's going to. I think I really do. And we can argue about this, or we have argued about this. I do think the weather affected them. I don't think it was the sole reason, but I think it affected them. I think going in there sick affected them. I think the 11 a.m. start affected them.
Let me go next. Let me go next.
Hold on. Okay. To Dan's point, though, if everything you just said but the flu affected both teams.
Exactly. I agree. Yeah. But let me ask you a question.
I'm with you. It affected them, but it affected both teams.
It affected both teams. I agree with that. But let me ask you a question. If you got to get up early and you at your house, or you got to get up early and go to somebody else's house,
that's fair.
But you're not traveling the same day.
It doesn't matter though. I get
matter.
it. But you like, would you rather be in the visiting locker room or the
So
home locker room on a cold day? I'd rather be in the home locker room because it comes with all the perks, bro. You got extra uniforms, you got extra everything already there, dog.
Nah, okay. So I get it. You're not worried about the uniform. This is what I think happened.
It's not about what you're worried about. It's about what you have accessible for you.
Of course. This is LSU. They're fine there. I think what they have accessible to. I think they'll be fine. But this is what I think happened. I think that they played a very emotional game.
Yeah.
Saturday. And
then you gotta Perk says you gotta adjust the light is off your forehead. The glass.
I can say the same thing about his profile picture.
Nah, you really
So don't come for me,
though, bro.
So that just means my head shiny. It ain't ashy like Pooh elbows. But I can say, hold on. Let me. Can I
keep
finish?
Talking with those dry lips. Go ahead.
Can I finish my statement?
Go start a fire. Talk too fast.
So
go ahead.
So I just think, in my opinion, I just think that it was just they just played an emotional game. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And they're 19 to 20, 23-year-old kids. I mean, it happens. You know what I'm saying? And to come out and give the effort and everything that you did the week before and to come in and play Arkansas, yeah, it was a little bit let down. And, of course, like you said the other day, Alabama, of course, like you said the other day, all we have to do is show up. Of course, in the grand scheme of thing on paper, yes. But when you're talking about 19 to 23-year-old kids, nah. You know what I'm saying?
But when I said that, I said we have to show up, but I ain't mean like just be present. I said,
I feel you. Yeah,
let me ask you, can't two things be true though?
Yeah.
Couldn't they have just not gotten up for the game like you're saying, and also been affected by cold weather and the early start?
Yeah, all that kind of plays into I get
so couldn't the cold weather and the early start be one reason why they had trouble getting up for the game?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna say that because I don't want to agree with Pooh. But yeah, I'm just playing. I'm just playing, Pooh. Nah, we know. Get it. I get it.
Everybody in the audience knows.
I'm just playing.
We know you're not though, but it's kind of
but to Lucy's point, because a lot of people have been saying, how we go against Georgia? What are we gonna do with Georgia's D?
We ain't worry about that.
Just show up. Kirby can't beat LSU. He 0-2 versus LSU.
I ain't saying that. Y'all tripping.
I'm just playing, bro.
I'll say this. With Georgia, they're very beatable. Guy came in last night, was talking. He was like, yeah, if we play y'all and y'all get 3 turnovers and stuff, yeah, you got a chance. It was like, well, what if we don't get 3 turnovers? Nah, y'all ain't gonna win. So okay, so every game y'all have had turnovers. Yeah. So it sounds like that's just the identity of your team. So we got a chance regardless.
Yeah, I mean,
I
get it. You have to. I ain't gonna say a perfect game by any means, but you have to play a grade A game against Georgia.
You have to play a grade A game as everybody. I mean, but I get what you're
saying. Obviously not everybody because you didn't play one Saturday. But I get your point.
But they also played.
The defense did.
You gotta look. They also played a bad game too because they had just as many. They ended up with 2 turnovers just like we did.
Yeah. I mean, it was an ugly game, but you have to play an A game to beat Alabama, Tennessee, the Ole Misses. You know what I'm saying? The top teams in the conference week in and week out. So I'm tired of hearing people say you got to play a perfect game. The difference I think is I don't know if Georgia has played a team. I mean, yeah, they played Tennessee, cool, but Tennessee don't got a quarterback that can put pressure on you with his legs like we do. And I think that could be the difference maker because whenever everything breaks down and he can get you 6 and extend the drive, I don't know if Georgia has played a team like that yet.
See, and that's the thing.
I mean, Anthony Richardson, but he ain't been.
Pooh said it last week. I said it, I think, the week before. LSU, whenever we played Tennessee, we really didn't have an offensive identity. You know what I'm saying? If you guys can remember, we tried to match them tempo for tempo. We weren't going to worry. We weren't playing that game. What was impressive to me about the offensive performance, if you want to say it was impressive, and to me it was the running backs. It was at times whenever it was time to run the ball, the offensive line, they did an excellent job running the ball. You know what I'm saying? One of the keys to the victory that we said Thursday night was, hey, you have to be able to run the ball and control the line of scrimmage running. Now, we did miss some passing, some blitzes and things like that whenever it was time to pass, but whenever it was time to run, bro, Josh Williams, give me that guy every day. Twice on Sundays.
Yeah.
Like, his heart is crazy, man. I love the effort because I know a lot of people have been getting on the offense and just saying that it looked sloppy. Yes, at times it did, but when it was time for them to run the ball and get yards, they were able to. We probably should have just ran the damn ball the entire game.
More.
Honestly,
we should have.
Yeah,
we should have.
Right. And the fact that, I mean, Jaden, to me, he didn't have that bad of a game. You know, he had a lot of tip passes, a lot of batted down passes. And the wide receivers, honestly, they just weren't getting separation.
That interception was so fluky, too.
Yeah,
that
I mean, it's a great play.
It was a great play. It was so crazy because if you look, it looked like he was. It wasn't so much he threw it and it got batted down. Like he was throwing, and he was trying to stop it. Like he was trying to stop it.
It's like the ball got stuck in his hand when he was trying to throw it, or it slipped out when he was trying to pull it back. It was just something unnatural about that motion the whole time. But I agree. I agree though. It wasn't as bad of a game from the quarterback position as we thought. There was a few times where I felt like, especially there was one pass that got batted down when we was by the end zone. Well, I felt like he could have led the receiver to the other side of the end zone with no safety or nothing in the middle. He kind of tried to force it into him instead of using all the space, but that's nitpicking. You know what I mean? So right. I feel like he had a good overall game. It just was an ugly game for the offense as a whole, from penalties to missed assignments, blocking, drop passes, all that kind of stuff. But it'll get better.
And for me, I'm not really taking anything from this game. Now, if you show up and play this week the same way, okay, we have an issue. But last week, I'm not.
What I took was the good team found a way to win.
Exactly.
That's what I take from it.
And your defense.
Also, no disrespect to Arkansas. You show up like that against UAB, and people see the 5-5 record. UAB is not top 30 offense and defense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's nice.
And we were talking, Blake. We were talking about at the beginning of this season. UAB is a game you're not going to run away like New Mexico or Southern. That's a game where you may be up by 10 going into the fourth and pull away in the fourth. So, that's one you definitely got to keep an eye on. Jason Brumfield says that matchup, talking about the Georgia matchup, is a lot closer than people realize. LSU has a good enough defense to stop the run and a good enough pass rush to get after Bennett. The LSU offense is the key.
Yeah.
Then Daniel Glenn says the Georgia tight ends are going to be a definite problem, but House has faced all those stud tight ends in the pros, so he should be able to scheme against them.
Let's see. This is where I think number 40 comes into play.
Mm-hmm.
Because
ultimate chess piece.
You don't have a quarterback on the other side like a Malik Hornsby or like a Bryce Young who's going to beat you, improvising with his legs and stuff like that. He's mostly a pocket passer. So what I want to see is number 40 on Brock Bowers. You got he's a good enough athlete to run with him. He's a good enough athlete to run with him. And let's see if he can neutralize him enough to where somebody else has to beat us.
Nope. Give me Greg Brooks lined up on him and give me Major Burns. Play. I'm just saying, hear me out. Give me Major Burns. Give me what's your guy, number 5? That's your favorite player. Give me Jay Ward back at the safety position. Greg Brooks on the other side, and you play him in the nickel.
Play who in the nickel?
Play Major Burns. Or Greg Brooks.
You want Major Burns covering Brock Bowers?
He's a tight end. I know he's great, but still, he's a tight end.
He's like a wide receiver, bro.
I would treat him like a wide receiver.
Like, have you watched the dude play?
I've watched him play.
I know what he lines up at. I mean, I know what on the depth chart. I know what it says beside him. But that dude's a wide receiver, bro.
No, he's great. Don't get me wrong. I just think as far as speed-wise, I think Major can stick with him. But I know size-wise, it'll be a disadvantage Just my
It's a
opinion.
huge mismatch.
But I mean, I get like Pooh, what your dad's saying. I get it. Like, I agree with him 1,000%. He said it's important how LSU play next game and don't worry about Georgia before it's time. 1,000%. That's my.
I agree.
You gotta
But
take
we
it.
fans.
But we ain't playing.
We fans.
We
ain't
can talk
I
about
get
it.
No, you're right.
But no.
Yeah.
No. It's definitely important. I think my biggest concern coming into this week, the start time. When I found, and I keep saying that, I know Daniel, you don't agree. The start time, how cold it was going to be, and responding after Alabama.
Yeah. I think there's responding to Alabama was more than anything. But I agree. All of those things could play the factor in it.
Yeah. This week, the most important thing, in my opinion, is can you put them away early and don't play with your food. So
it's the same thing like last week.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, to an extent, but you know what I'm saying, that's SEC competition. It's a rivalry game. That's gonna always be big. UAB is they don't have they should not have the same talent in the trenches that you have, and you should be able to establish dominance, put your points on the board, and perfect your craft.
This is the game where you say play nuts. This game.
So,
and last game should have been the game you played nuts too. If we're looking at it on paper.
No,
but that's the thing, bro. Like,
y'all can't go back and say what y'all said. Not saying you, and Pooh, you can't go back and say what you said, because last week you said all we had to do is show up.
I said it was gonna be a tough game.
Okay, you keep saying that, but when I said he
said show up, he said
what does show up mean?
He said come to play, don't have that slow start like we've been having all season.
Yeah, and I'm saying the same thing for this game.
But but what you're trying to do is you're trying to weaponize my words like I didn't say what I said. You're trying to use it for something else. Context matter. Context.
I'm just doing.
But my thing was
we do. We actually good.
I like it.
No, my thing is last week though, when I said not bringing in us my stuff, like it's because it's an SC West opponent, man. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a tough battle, and it's gonna even whenever 2007, even like every year, whenever we're good and they're bad, they give us a fight. And so that's why I was saying last week that ain't the game for us. This week, when you're playing an out of conference opponent who you should be up by,
1,000%.
Early in the game, this is the perfect time for Nussmeier to get reps and you rest Jaden.
This is a game, Daniel, I would say all you should have to do is show up, and mean that all you should have to do is show up, and you should win this game. But at the end of the day, so I'm not gonna hold them for granted. Speaking of holding,
they got a top 40 defense.
I ain't gonna take them for granted. Yeah, top 30.
They haven't got that playing a team like LSU.
No, 100%. 100%.
But you know what I'm saying? Another thing you don't want to take for granted is the Golden Boot. We still trying to hit 1,000. Shoot, we trying to get to 500. Help your boys out. Go ahead and go to YouTube, type in the Golden Boot Pod, or you can go straight to youtube.com/the Golden Boot Pod. Once you get there, click on that button that says subscribe, and hey, we'll be here. Yep. So, fellas, we talked about Josh Williams a little bit, unsung hero. Again, Josh Williams come through big in the clutch. Somebody else who gets mentioned, but truly is an unsung hero, Matt House.
Yeah.
Matt House,
coaching MVP in my opinion.
Yeah. It hadn't come out yet. I think it comes out on the 15th. The Broyles Awards finalist.
He definitely got to be on that list.
Yeah, the Broyles Award is the, for those who don't know, it's the top assistant coach in college football. Joe Brady won it in 2019. Matt House definitely should be on there. A question that a lot of people have raised and asked, Chris being one, how long will he be at LSU?
As long as he wants to be. it all depends on what his aspirations are. Does he want to be a head coach? Does he want to go to the NFL? It seemed like when he was in the NFL, he wanted to come back to college. So I think it all just depends on what his dreams are. It's kind of like Dave Randall. Everybody thought Dave Randall was going to be gone,
way
2
soon.
years after he got here, and then every year after that, it was when is he leaving? When is he leaving? So I think it's going to be a situation like that.
David Randall should still be here. Not trying
when
to,
does, but when does he want? Where does he want to be, and what is his ultimate? Stop going to be. Does he want to be a head coach, or does he want to is he fine where he's at?
Let me ask you a question. Let's just say he wants to be a head coach. Does he vote next year?
No, I don't. I think you got to have at least 2 or 3 years with a good. It depends. Well, depends on where he wants to be a head coach. Maybe at a G5 school, he could probably.
I think he can vote
this year.
Yep.
Yeah,
I think
but I don't know if he seems a lot more calculated than to just dip for the first G5 job that comes.
Yeah. Hey, I hate to backtrack, but this is actually a good point by Jason Brumfield. Says our defense seeing Latu from Alabama can give us a general idea of how to defend Bowers.
That's true.
Yeah.
But Bowers is better, but that's a valid
he's
point.
Way better.
Yeah. So
what's up, Anaya? Yeah. Little Ant.
All right, baby.
Y'all say hey there now. No, but honestly, for me, I don't think he can get a Power 5 job right now. I agree with you, Ant. I think honestly he's probably 2 or 3 years away from that. But as a defensive coordinator, he could possibly go to the NFL if he wanted to.
But does he want to be in the NFL?
Right, I'm just saying if he wanted to.
He was honestly, you could say he was on track to do that where he was at, and but he could have, accelerated that by coming here and putting on, making this defense look the way it looks. So I don't know. It all depends. Like I said, it depends on what he wants to do and where he wants to be.
Yeah, he can.
So I think there's a few people on that list ahead of him.
On the coaching staff now?
No. Well, I mean, just in general, saying for these jobs, the name that keeps popping up, everybody keeps, please stop yelling Deion every time a coaching job.
Somebody said Nebraska. I'm like, Deion is not going to Nebraska.
Please stop.
Nebraska?
Please stop. But Tyler Townsend, though, I feel like Brad Davis should be on the list too.
That's the person I feel like is the coach MVP.
Really agree.
Yeah, you got 2 true freshmen on your unit starting. One of them been from day one. How long it took you in the season before you had the same starting lineup as an offensive line?
Yeah, I don't want to take anything from him, 100%. But the job that Matt House is doing with the entire defense and what he's calling the adjustments that are being made.
No, don't get me wrong, Matt House
is second to none.
He's phenomenal, but I don't think he's been dealt the deck of like a hand like Brad Davis has this year with the injuries. I don't think he has, bro. And relying on 2 true freshmen.
I can't elite
true freshmen.
It doesn't matter. They're true freshmen though, bro. And they had the most important positions on the offensive line.
James Craig ran into a similar situation, but he wasn't true freshman. One true freshman, they didn't have the success that they had.
And the thing about them true
freshmen, have better talent.
Too. And the thing about them true freshmen though, they wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Brad Davis.
That's true.
Would Harold Perkins be here without Matt House?
I don't probably. I think it was Brian Kelly and Frank Wilson that got him here.
I've heard Matt House also got on that phone and he was impressed with him also.
I'm sure he was impressed with him, but that don't mean he wouldn't be impressed with whoever else Brian Kelly hired.
He would have been. I tell you what, he not trying. He. I
mean, those are 2 Louisiana kids too, though.
Blake Baker.
It doesn't, bro.
If
we heard Edward Jones say that he wasn't coming here if Brad Davis. He was going to Arkansas.
Right.
You heard the man say that.
I got you.
Yeah. But what was his name? Blake Baker.
Yeah. He got Mizzou ball, dog.
He would have, if he would have been. I think if he was here, Harold Perkins would have came with no.
I can
see.
that.
You know what I'm saying? Because the way he developed the linebackers in 1 year, the way he turned Damone Clark around,
Yeah. So
hold on. You won though.
Yeah.
Like you won.
And I get what you're saying.
I get it. I'm not just gonna sit up here and just shoot down. I get it, but I agree with that too. Like you still won, but still.
I mean,
I get it.
It's not gonna always
like
be pretty. It's not gonna always be pretty, man.
You gotta be better than that though.
What we said about the Auburn game. Is this a one off or is this the norm?
Yeah, I think this week is gonna tell you a lot.
And they ain't even and they stopped. It got to a point they stopped throwing as much.
When Ohio State beat Northwestern 21 to 17 or 14 or whatever it was,
21-7,
27. Okay, but they blamed it all on the weather, and you know what I'm saying? Bam, they blamed it all on the weather and all this kind of stuff. But whenever that's an excuse for LSU or that's a reason for LSU, it's unacceptable. No, man, it's
the thing is, guys, you just can't
happen.
No, 1,000%. The thing is, and play devil's advocate for Brian, you just can't come out this week and do the same thing. That's all.
100%.
Like you can't have a game like Auburn and Tennessee offensive wise, not Jaden wise, but offensively, you can't have a game like you had against Auburn and Tennessee back-to-back weeks. You can't do that.
But Tennessee, the offense wasn't as bad as people make it out to be, though.
It wasn't. You still put up.
It wasn't good either.
How wasn't it? You put up major yards.
So, but you couldn't score. Who cares about yards if you can't score?
But that wasn't okay. So
is it yards or points? Which one do you want?
It's points. Points. That's how you win the game. It's points.
All right, so the yards doesn't matter then because you won, like I said.
Okay, that's
the 86. I mean, you just said you want points. You had enough points to win the game Saturday. So why does the yards matter?
It's a game by game context, bro. It's just not. It's not all or nothing. It's game by game. The fact is, you can't put together two games how you did against Auburn and Tennessee and expect to win the SEC championship.
You keep saying that, but okay. I think we fail to forget that against Tennessee.
I think they bounced back. Honestly, I do.
Against Tennessee, they put some. They were plays that should have been, and we left a lot of points on the field.
You had 300 passing yards versus Tennessee.
Mm-hmm. Guys, I'm not blaming Jaden. I'm not talking about the passing. I'm talking about the offense execution as a whole was not great. That's what I'm saying.
We didn't say you were blaming Jaden.
With 355 yards on offense, you can't say the offense wasn't great.
355 yards on offense, and it's not great, bro. It's not good.
You know how many you had against Alabama?
How many?
I'm pulling it up now. It was like 346 or 47, something like that.
Pull it up.
It wasn't that. Yeah,
367.
Okay. We don't have to stick on this point. It has to look better.
My point is
because you can go look at other offenses in the country. And I guarantee the top offenses in the nation average a lot higher than that. So,
is y'all going to say we have yards or is it about points, bro? That's what I get back to, dog.
It's about execution. That, to me, that's what it's about.
Okay.
All right, bro.
All right. So, I think we already discussed this, but I guess, to put a nail in it, realistic chance of beating Georgia.
Yeah, you have a chance, but apparently you got to put up 568 yards.
No, you don't, bro. You have to look better than what you look.
Have we shown up in big games?
Bro, y'all hear what y'all want to hear, bro.
No, we not. Okay. Have we not shown up in big games? That's the question I got.
No, you haven't, bro. Not every big game you have shown up in.
What big games we didn't show up in?
Bro, I was at the Tennessee game. We got embarrassed, bro.
Okay. So
I ain't gonna keep doing this about the Tennessee game.
No, we don't have to, but I'm just saying you can't say we showed up to every big game that we played this year. We just started playing good after the Florida game. Like they finally gotten it together. And last week, or this past game,
what about Mississippi State? What about Mississippi State?
That wasn't a big game. It's Mississippi State.
It was literally a big game when you played it. It was your first SEC game.
All right.
So how many big games have we had then? 3.
Tennessee was a big game. Florida State was a big game because it was the first game of the season, and it was Brian Kelly's first game.
So his
as
first
LSU
game
head
of the
coach.
season is, but his first SEC game isn't.
You're more talented than Mississippi State, bro. You should beat Mississippi State every single
you're more
year.
talented. You're more talented.
Every year you should.
You're more talented than Florida State.
It was his first game of the season. It was his
first
game.
SEC game.
It was his first game with that team.
It was his first SEC game with that team.
Right. Oh my gosh. Okay.
What? Let me ask you a question. Was the Auburn game a big game? Your first road test?
Yes. Yes.
Right,
I'm not gonna sit up here and say that the Mississippi State game wasn't a big game. I'm not saying that, but I'm talking about as far as talented. Okay, but hold on, listen, hear me out. I'm talking about as far as talented teams. Tennessee, we came into the season talking about Tennessee was going to be one of the toughest games of the year. Nobody ever said that Mississippi State was going to beat us this year.
Nobody said Florida State neither. So why are you bringing that one up?
People did say Florida State was going to beat us.
People did say Mississippi State. Preston was one. Preston was like, I think Mississippi State might get us.
Man, y'all tripping.
They were talking about having the second best quarterback in the SEC, Will Rogers, and all that going into the season.
I hate to say this, guys, because we're actually winning. We're having a good season.
They said Arkansas was going to be very talented.
We lost to Tennessee 40-13. 40-13. Let's stop acting like
we left points on the board. Analytics. We started chasing touchdowns and not kicking field goals. We know.
I'm talking about execution. That's what I'm talking about.
So
execution.
Again.
So throwing an interception in the end zone, not kicking a field goal when you got to the red zone.
Execution.
So we showed up, but it didn't execute, right? So offense was moving the ball.
Go for it. If you kick the field goal, if Malik catches the pass and it doesn't get intercepted at the end of the game, if Jeray Jenkins catch that tip,
I'm about to pick my mic up and throw it. Who cares, bro? We lost 40-13.
And we won yesterday. So you can't have it both ways. Which one do you want? Do you want us to execute for yards, or do you want us to win games?
I want us to win games, bro.
So quit complaining about yesterday. We won.
Okay. All right, let's move on then. Let's move on.
Please. Rev, no. Said leave Daniel alone. No.
They don't get it.
Complaining about passing yards in a win is crazy to me. Whenever you're gonna sit up there and say, but we didn't execute in a loss. Who cares if you won?
Bro, y'all the one who went back. But let's move on.
You the one who agreed with the dude.
I said I can see his point. I never agreed with him. I said, let me play devil's advocate for him. That's what I said.
Hey, Kyrie played devil's advocate too.
Hey, don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm just saying.
Don't do that.
They got him up out of here. They got him up out of here.
Don't do that to me, dog.
Hey, we ain't gonna get you up out of here.
The views and opinions expressed in the Golden Boot podcast are those
I ain't taking no chance.
Views or positions of the Golden Boot podcast as a whole.
So, all right.
Nope.
All right, let's look back at yesterday around the week. I guess you could say around the SEC, around college football as a whole. It was a lot of teams. Then
laid it down.
Pac-12 ain't looking too hot right now.
I just need UCLA to beat USC this weekend, and then they ain't got nothing but 2 lost teams over there.
Yep, and they out. They ain't getting in that thing.
Let me look at USC schedule. Who they still got left? Because
they got Notre Dame. They got UCLA and Notre Dame for sure.
I think Notre Dame.
Who they playing on? Yeah, they possibly use Notre Dame. Actually playing a lot better now.
They are.
They almost lost yesterday, but they playing a lot better.
Yeah, they let Navy come all the way back.
Yeah, and Navy had the ball driving.
Yeah,
until they messed up.
Hey, Daniel was right about Oregon though, man. Washington, that boy Michael Phoenix.
Thank you, man. Thank you,
Michael
bro.
Phoenix, man. That
Still
boy
trying
looked
to-
like an NFL
Yeah, I'm
quarterback.
still trying
man.
to woo side, bro. I'm still trying. I went to church this morning. I feel great, and now I'm trying to pray in my head. Yeah.
That's a lot of prayer. That's a lot of room for prayer too.
Shut up. Hey, but this week though, you got a lot of good games coming up this week too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, I'm with you, man. Notre Dame doesn't play USC this week, right?
No, they play
No,
UCLA
no.
this week.
They play. Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I need UCLA to knock them off for me.
Big facts.
Hold on, I'm gonna bring this up so we can see top 25. Let's see. Ohio State cakewalk. Michigan cakewalk. TCU survived in Texas.
I will never, ever, 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 ever bet with Texas against TCU ever again.
Texas just don't show up in big games, bro.
No.
That Quinn Ewers, bro. He need to cut his hair or something.
What that dude said? Trash. Like, dude, terrible.
Yeah. Here we go. Washington.
That was a great game.
Beat Oregon. Analytics. It got to a point. Several field goals should have been kicked. Lane Kiffin left some points on the field. A lot of points.
He always does.
If he would have kicked that field goal in the first quarter, then he kicking the time field goal in the fourth quarter instead of going for it.
He had Saban right where you want him. Saban was going for it on his side of the ball and not getting it. I mean, his side of the field.
Right.
And you have them where you want. Start taking points.
Just exactly, bro.
Stop. It's an ego thing, man. I get some
bro.
analytics.
1,000%.
A lot of it is ego. You gotta get
ego and pride.
Hey, that's like yesterday, the Georgia game. They got to stop. It was 10-0. They made Georgia kick the field goal for 10-0. So then they drove down and they got it to like the 5-yard line. He was finna go for it on fourth down. I'm like, dude, just take the points. It really looked like he was pissed that he had to send his kicking team in instead of going for it. And then he sent them in so late they got to delay a game. Mike Leach, it's like them offensive minded guys. They be wanting to go for it so bad that it backfires.
What is Sam Pittman? Because he went for it on fourth instead of kicking field goal.
Well, he's an offensive line guru too. Yeah, he is. But he's I ain't gonna say that.
Yeah, those run.
Arizona took out UCLA. Utah, you know what I'm saying, rolled over Stanford. Penn State blanked.
I did not see that coming.
I didn't see that one coming.
I thought Maryland was gonna score.
You thought they was gonna score at least 1 point.
I mean, Maryland offense ain't bad. They got some weapons over there.
Yeah, they do.
They do. Hey, what's the kid who was supposed to?
Raheem Jarrett.
Yeah,
he's still there.
Okay.
Yeah. North Carolina, Wake Forest. This was a game. Analytics is another one that got in their head too. Several times, Wake Forest had it. They kick a field goal. They're up by 1 on North Carolina. They want to go for the touchdown. Yeah. North Carolina had it. They could have kicked the field goal to like push them up. And analytics. Boston College upset. I think all us picked NC State and this one too. Boston College with the 1 point win over North Carolina State. I didn't see this one coming. UCF beating Tulane
in New Orleans.
Yes,
that's a tough loss.
We lost Ant. There you go. He's coming back.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, I didn't see that one coming. And Kansas State rolled Baylor.
I think Tua's brother still is the quarterback.
Yeah, he
is
in Maryland. Yeah, to answer Dan's question. Yeah.
So that was that.
Chris, YCUF good.
They are good though.
Yeah, they are. They got
John
a lot of people.
Plumlee.
John Rice Plumlee, and you got Malzahn coaching. So don't sleep on
him. And he got some guys from Auburn to come too.
Vanderbilt over Kentucky.
Chris, where you at?
He said he came last night and he said, you know what, Pooh, you was right. You told me Vanderbilt would be a good team, and there you go. So
let me ask you guys something.
They broke
the quarterback. The quarterback for Kentucky,
Levis.
Will Levis.
Yeah, Will Levis. How is this hurting him any whenever it comes to the draft? No. You don't think so? Got it. Because I know, of course, his team is not all that great, but Kentucky, it's not like they've been building over there.
But he ain't got no weapons on offense, really.
Yeah.
And then when you look at it, like Sam Darnold went top 3 and USC was terrible that year.
They treat quarterbacks completely different.
Exactly, man. You know what I mean? It's based all off projections and stuff. Not
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. So let me pull this back up. So you said we got some good games this week. Let me see.
Y'all so funny, bro. I'm looking at the docket about NFL, and I don't see anything about the Saints in here.
Oh, you not?
I'm not going to talk about the Saints. I am not
That's
talking about it.
That's hilarious, dog.
Or what?
The only thing,
I agree.
The only thing even worth talking about is did they sabotage James? That's the only thing worth talking about. Y'all read that interview that he did with New Orleans football? Man.
Hey, Chris brings up some good points right here. He said Josh Allen, Mahomes also played on bad teams. That is true.
A lot of your best quarterbacks, that's why they're so good, because they don't have the best players around them all the time. They have to elevate everyone else around them.
Right. All right. So this is we of course we got Maction this week. Tuesday night, Wednesday night. Then Thursday you got SMU going to Tulane. Let's see what else we got on Saturday.
Illinois, Michigan,
TCU, Baylor.
Come on, Dave, pull one off for you.
I know they ain't looking too hot this season.
Florida at Vandy.
You got UL at Florida State.
Florida better watch out. Vandy on the street.
Hey, that Texas A&M game might be live.
Yeah.
He better get fired on the tarmac.
Yes.
No, it's at home. So
it's at home.
Fire him on the track like they did.
They need to win that game so they can fire him after the LSU game.
They need to fire him. No, they need to fire him at the Yale session. Like, yo,
why Roger flipping me off? Roger, I don't mind talking about the Saints. It's the other people.
Yeah, I'm not talking about
right.
Saints.
Yeah, Roger, you flip me off too. I ain't talking about them.
You know it's bad. I bet against them today.
Who, the Saints?
Good job.
Mm-hmm.
Good job.
Yeah.
Easy money. Easy money.
Man, I ain't watching that trash, bro.
Yeah.
I fell asleep during that game. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I slept so good this afternoon, but anyways,
Then I woke up and turned it on that Vikings game. That's the game we're talking
about.
That
was a good game. Yeah. Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about that one. I'm trying to see what else games that are.
The only one I really cared about is USC UCLA. That's the only one I want. I just want UCLA to win that one for me.
Late night.
Miami Clemson.
Yeah. Miami, they going for the 12-0, right?
Oh man, I haven't seen a Miami space in so long.
Hey, we had a few people come into space, man. They was just like,
did they apologize?
Nah, they was just no, he did. It was Kane Gang, you know what I'm saying? He don't never come on rah stuff anyway. He came in just like, yeah, man, this ain't what we, you know what I'm saying, it was supposed to be this year and stuff. I mean, he was legit with it.
We tried telling y'all.
And he was like, and I mentioned, I said, bro, we said it. I said, and y'all people cussed us out and stuff. I said 12-0. He said, yeah, me and 12-0 been getting into it a lot lately too. But yeah, you know, I understand, you know. So
they all putting their dreads out right now.
Yeah, so
Miami is Haitians.
South Alabama, Southern Miss been sneaking up on some teams and causing problems. They almost took out Coastal Carolina last night. So that's a trap game for South Alabama. I think they clinched the West in the Sun Belt. So I think that's about it. Yeah. I think that's about it. Tennessee, South Carolina.
Ole Miss, Arkansas,
Yeah, like you said, USC,
UCLA.
so
That's
it's
gonna be a
a
game.
great game.
It's gonna be a
What
good
channel is
game.
playing on? Probably ESPN. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't have anything. I wonder if it's gonna be on. They gotta put it on something.
Yeah, that's weird because Tennessee and South Carolina playing on ESPN at 6.
So they gotta be. They got Oklahoma State, Oklahoma on ABC.
That's gonna be interesting.
The UCLA game probably on Fox.
Okay,
Right.
that makes sense why it's not. But they got FS Sports though, FS1. But anyway,
They probably ain't announced which one it's gonna be on, whether if it's gonna be if it's a Fox or whatever. But
Utah at Oregon. 9:30.
Hey, Bo Nix, for the most part, he looked good in that game though.
Yeah, but he got hurt a little bit, and so they took him out and had the freshman Ty Thompson in some until that last drive. So
that shows you how bad the Pac-12
That's the kid. What he at Bama?
No, that's Ty Simpson.
Okay. So yeah, that's gonna be a pretty good one. So
hey, tell him, Chris. Tell him, Chris.
They won yesterday, didn't it?
Yeah, they won. Shout out to Quay Drake. That boy had a punt return for a touchdown and a pick 6 to win the game.
All right. What Roger said, talking about Twitter space said they was on one.
Now, hey, you got to read in Roger accent. You got to read it in his accent.
Man, Pooh, we was on one till like one last night. Bye. AD was lit the whole session on Twitter.
Share on Twitter, share.
That my boy though, Roger. He coming up.
100%.
I don't even be looking. Hey, I don't even be looking at my phone. He started talking. There go Roger. Roger can hear.
Hey, accent on 337 all day.
Yes, sir.
Heavy.
Texas Tech.
Now that's who Oklahoma closed out with. I was answering this question.
Okay. So this is about.
Hey, shout out to Big Game Boomer too.
Yeah, shout out to him. He's been very Anyway, yeah. Y'all see this. For those listening to the radio, Steelers 20, Saints 10. All right. Chargers 49ers are playing right now. Bucks and Seahawks played in Europe today. This was they played in Munich, Germany. This is the final of the European games this year. Somebody else has a game. I want to say it's the Rams and I want to say it's the Rams and the Cardinals playing in Mexico.
Mexico City. Yep.
Mexico City. I don't know the exact date, but so that's another game that's coming up. Question: what do y'all think about the games? And like I mean, Mexico City is not going to affect as far as time and stuff, but those games like they play in London and I like the game today in Germany. What do y'all think about that?
Honestly, I think for the players, I think it's pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? If I was a player, honestly, playing in a different country, I think it'd be pretty neat. I mean, the traveling would suck. You know what I'm saying? That would probably suck. And I think it's cool also to see that they do have a lot of fans in Europe that are invested in the NFL just like we are. So I think that's pretty cool.
No, I think it's a cool, like,
that dude has no filter
at all, bro.
Zay crazy.
I think it's fun, and it's like he said, it's a good experience for the players and for the fans over there to get to experience the NFL game. I disagree with what Preston Guy said today on his Twitter feed that they need to put a team over there.
Yeah,
I feel like
logistically
it's not gonna fly. Because like now you go over there, when you come back, you have a bye week. I mean, you couldn't. For a playoff game, what would you do? Would you give them a bye week after, like in the middle of the playoffs, if they had to, you know what I mean? So I just don't understand how that works logistically. But I do think they should bring NFL Europe back though.
I agree. Boy, you took that out of my
like a minor league system or something like that, so the fans could have a a better
to cheer
grasp
for.
of it, and and they could actually feel like they're attached to some of these franchises in America to a certain extent.
And look, and honestly, whenever NFL Europe was going around, I think I was in college maybe the last 2 years of it. I played with guys that were from Germany, guys that were from all over Europe. You know what I'm saying? At my little small school. But it was cool to get, and those guys could ball. You know what I'm saying? And it was cool to get to play with some of them guys. But not only that, it creates a lot of opportunities for American players and, like you said before, for European players. So I think that's why not?
If I want to, I know I like on one of the last years of NFL Europe, T. Martin and Damian Craig were quarterbacks on two different teams out there, and they ended up playing against each other. I want to say one of them, T. Martin holds like an NFL record, like passing record.
Yeah.
I was trying to look it up, but
Jake DeLong played over there too.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. So,
Kurt Warner too, if I'm not mistaken. No, not Kurt Warner.
He did.
It was somebody else.
I think he did. I think he did.
I know he played arena ball. I know
want to say he played like 1 year or something like that.
Didn't he play in the CFL? He played in the CFL.
Kurt Warner. As soon as I type in Kurt Warner NFL Europe, they be listening. Thank you, Google. Let's see. Where is it? Hold on, give me 1 second. Let me see if I can.
He said it can't cancel. We don't know who you are, Xavier. To cancel you.
Yep. Yeah. Amsterdam Admirals in 1998.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what they should do to bring that back.
Yeah. Game of the day, Vikings Bills. That was Jets had a game too.
Yes, he did.
He had a game, and that catch. Oh my god! If y'all haven't seen it, you can go to anywhere.
Them boys is going back to back with catches.
But is that the best catch y'all have ever seen though?
It's one of the best catches I've seen.
No, best catch I've ever seen. Me personally,
pro throw.
Landry against Arkansas. Menberg's last one when he reached around dude and took the ball.
That was sick.
Did y'all see the Notre Dame dude from yesterday?
I did see that.
Man.
That was a good catch.
I ain't see it. I think what was impressive about Jets' catch too though was the fact that it was one-handed. And it was being defended. Yeah, and it just shows you how strong his hands are. That was impressive to me.
Chris has one that most people say is the Odell catch.
I think Jets was Odell on the defender though. Yeah. Like that. I don't know. It's tough.
It was pass interference.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Dan Campbell got the Lions upset win, I guess you could say, over the Bears.
Yeah.
Dan Campbell
ran all over them though.
I'm gonna say this: Dan Campbell is who the Saints probably should have looked at.
He was already a head coach though.
He left. Did he leave to go to?
Yeah, he left the year before.
Okay. I'm tripping. I thought he left last year.
No, this is his second year in Detroit.
Okay. All right. Titans got 17-10 over the Broncos. Chiefs 27-17 over Jags. Dolphins 22-point win over the Browns. The Giants are 7-2.
Shout out Brian Daboll. That's who the Saints should have hired. Well, maybe they should just go get Jeff Saturday.
I was just going to say Jeff Saturday with interim coach with the Colts, 25-20.
Hey, how bad does Josh McDaniels have to feel, dog?
Pretty bad.
Like you.
I mean, this dude, like he was literally.
They not only did they let Jeff Saturday, they let Matt Ryan run for 30 yards on the play.
But he keep getting coaching chances.
Well, that was just the coach that was revenge from that time that he took the coach job and then turned it down. That's all the coach was repaying him for that.
Yep. The Vikings. I know we talked about the catch and everything. They are a quiet 8-1.
Yep.
Only lost to Philly.
Only lost is Philly. So are they the second best? Oh yeah. 2 interceptions.
Mm-hmm.
Interception to seal it too. Are they the second best team in the in the NFC East. I mean NFC.
In the NFC,
yeah.
In the NFC, but not in the NFL.
No, definitely not in the NFL. I still think even though they beat Buffalo, Buffalo still.
Yeah.
I
I'm just
agree
worried
with
about
that.
Kirk Cousins though. Ultimately, I'm worried about Kirk Cousins.
He can put up numbers, bro.
Talking about
He
the
can put up
celebrations,
Nah, man.
the drinking.
Kirk Cousins in the playoffs is Kirk Cousins, dog.
Talking about the drinking, the celebrations, going wild.
Nah,
You like that, huh?
we're gonna see.
All right, moving on to the basketball.
They went further with Case Keenum, but
they did. Moving on to basketball. LSU men's basketball played yesterday in a game that most people didn't know was going on. They played Arkansas State. They got a 9-point win in that one.
Growing pains.
Yeah. But they winning covers a multitude of sins. They're fighting their way through it.
Early season, it's a lot of basketball left to be played.
It's a lot of
it's 2 games into the season.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like, for people that are thinking, "Oh, did we hire the right guy?" Just relax.
I ain't gonna say that until I see him in like 2-3 years from now, bro. Like,
relax.
he literally had 0 people on the roster when he got hired. Like, we talk about BK rebuild. Like,
he was.
Was it Friday night? I think it was Friday night. Grambling beat Colorado.
That was that was Friday night.
Friday night.
Yeah.
Colorado beat number 11 Tennessee today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Early.
Rank them Tigers.
I'm trying to pull up the box score for the LSU game.
I mean, it's one of them things people gonna look at. They're gonna be like, they barely beat Kansas City, they barely beat Arkansas. Arkansas State a good team though, who perennially make the tournament, so it's not a bad team. But I think people right now had the wrong expectations. The expectations shouldn't be, how this team compete in the SEC or anything like that. The expectation should be, how is this team getting better week in, week out? Because you got a young
developed.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's what the expectations from this team should be. It shouldn't be to finish the top 5 in the SEC or anything like that. Just win the games you're supposed to win. Improve week to week. Develop some of these young guys, and
we got to build that bench
and build your program, man.
You know what? It sounds kind of like the same expectations we have for BK this year.
Yeah, honestly. I mean, but BK just exceeded our expectations.
No,
honestly, I honestly feel like we all kind of agreed 9-3 was kind of what we felt this team was going to be. You know what I mean? I don't think anybody thought we would be in Atlanta, but to say that going into the season we would make it to Atlanta, that would be an unrealistic expectation. You know what I mean? He just exceeded our expectations, and kudos to him and his staff for doing that. But I think it's unfair to expect, Matt McMahon to exceed expectations.
Yeah. I do want to point this out though. We were trying to figure out what Adam Miller was going to be. He dropped 26.
Oh yeah, he can ball.
He's balling. He dropped 26. He was 4-9 from 3-point range and 9-15 overall field goals. Juice Hill had 11, and KJ Williams had 15. Reed had 5, and then Hannibal off the bench had 4. Nobody else scored. So we're definitely gonna have to.
That boy Chase Daniels.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to.
He finna hand it off though.
Yeah. It's
he ain't messing up his dollar per attempt ratio,
bro. He's had to make the most money as a backup player in NFL history. Has to be.
Oh no, Matt. What's our guy?
Our guy, Matt Flynn.
Yeah, he made a lot.
He made a lot, but his career hasn't been as long as Chase Daniels.
Yeah, but he had one deal for like 22 mil or something, 28 mil.
All for 2 games. It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's nuts.
Chase Daniels, I guarantee you, he handed off though, man.
No, he didn't.
Oh, he threw it.
Yeah.
Oh, yep, showed it, man.
What
He
team?
messed
What
up
team is he playing for?
Chargers.
Chargers.
Oh my
Chris say Ryan Fitzpatrick.
He been a starter though.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know if he made
Chase
that much.
Daniels literally has been a career backup.
Oh, he threw it twice.
He really messing up his money per pass attempt ratio now, man. He ain't finna have that record no more.
Yeah. Women's basketball. LSU women's basketball played today.
Did it again.
Third 300-point game.
They won in that championship.
No. Hold on. Third 100-point game. You said third 300-point game.
Oh, I'm sorry. Third 100-point game.
Now they good, but they ain't that good now.
Hey, they win a national title this year. I'm calling it right now.
I think they got the talent to do it until you beat them.
I think they have the coach to do it too.
I'm saying next year. I'm still saying next year.
Listen, they won the first game 125-50. They won the second game 111-41. They won today 107-34.
I think they played my Wildcats too.
They did WCU.
Nah, LCA.
No,
they're not that no more, bro.
Yeah,
oh yes, they are.
Yeah,
Louisiana. Yeah, my bad.
No, they played WCU today. Western.
They played Mississippi Valley too, didn't they?
Mm.
Yeah, they played Mississippi Valley. That was
bingo.
Yeah.
As long as Aaliyah, Boston, and South Carolina, I ain't saying we winning nothing yet.
This definitely sounds like
Angel Reese gave her toughest game though last year when Angel Reese was at Maryland. I will say that, but Aaliyah Boston she a dog.
Yeah. This is definitely a Chris question. Daddy, cover your ears. He said, "Has Golden State took a step back?" Chris, yes. Golden State ass. They ass, yes. Chris.
Can we move on? Can we treat them like the Saints?
We can. Pelicans.
God.
Can we say that Draymond knocked out their chances of winning the championship?
I won't say that.
I think he hurt them real bad.
Really? That happens so much in locker room. That happens a lot more than what you think.
Like,
no. Yeah, I mean, I get it.
Bro, that happens, bro.
I mean, I don't disagree, but it don't get leaked out on to TMZ that often either, though.
Not right.
They literally gave Jordan Poole a contract extension.
Well, they was gonna do that anyways.
No,
they
weren't gonna do it this fast.
Exactly.
You hope for him to press charges.
No, they just trying to make that man happy. Look, man, you know, we do care about you, you know, but I don't care what nobody say. Them dudes, it's gonna take time for them dudes to get back on the same page.
Big facts. Yeah. I think if it didn't come out on camera.
Yeah, but it did.
LSU's women need to get a recruit from Lubbock, Texas. She's a baller. Is it that? No, it's talking about the chick that is it. I wonder if it's a young lady who did the drop step dunk.
You can't say chick. That's not.
I know that's why I changed
that is her though. Yeah, we need that young lady.
That's why I changed it. Unlike some saying some. All right. The pet. What's that?
Boys got to trade Clay.
I agree.
I disagree.
You gotta get rid of Draymond. He dead weight.
You gotta get rid of James Wiseman.
Oh, well, he's so dominant, according to
Yeah, that man Chris said James Wiseman was as dominant as Zion. Boy.
Yeah, I know Chris be drinking that Mississippi bathwater. Crazy.
Mississippi what?
Bathwater.
See, there you go. Spell the man's name right first, Chris.
That's probably closer than what he might normally would have put. Anyway, Chris said Wiseman. When he said Wiseman, ain't he from the Christmas story? Anyway,
ain't it like three of them? Yeah. They brothers.
Yeah, you know, one brought perfume, one brought gold, one brought Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Frankenstein. He brought Frankenstein to Jesus. No, just
That's funny. That's funny.
all right. Last name Pellies. The Pelicans. They back on track. Getting back on track.
Yeah, they finally got back healthy. That was the biggest part to me. Getting Herb BI back and Zion back. But now it's just about finding the rotations, who needs to play where, with who and stuff like that. But I think they'll be.
Chris, you don't have to take.
He does have to take this stuff.
Yes,
because,
he does.
He should have never started talking about the Warriors so much. But yeah, I mean, I think it's just got to figure out the rotation.
He fired back. He said, "I would say y'all the three wise men, but Daniel."
Oh man, dang, you ain't got to take that.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Oh man, that was a good one, Chris.
Hey,
he still spelled Wiseman wrong, so whatever.
Hey,
that's a good point, though.
It says Zion running Zion at point.
Are
they running Zion at point?
They're not doing it enough, but they need to be.
Okay. Okay. C Trey 193 says, should Cadillac Williams be considered for the Auburn job?
He should be considered,
but he's not.
I say, I don't think he's gonna get it.
He word that was should he, not will he.
Yeah, right.
Hey, if he beat Bama,
they are not beating Bama.
Yeah, I mean, they playing for him though.
I ain't holding my breath.
Did you see Auburn yesterday? Like the environment at the game?
I did not.
They was a 3-16 packed out.
Yeah, and not just that. After the game, the student section stayed, didn't leave, and they were sitting there just like it was a concert. There, dog. They was just sitting there partying because they playing for that dude. They playing for that man.
Hey,
who is that?
Who is that? How you gonna come in on a block profile and try to get?
Facebook users say hot take. Daniel makes his screen bigger to compensate for his forehead size. Whoa.
You can't say stuff like that and just leave.
I don't know who
that is.
No clue.
Bro, can we go to Article? Because I'm tired of
y'all. Yeah, we about to. Hey, quick question. We skipped over this.
Man,
I'm tired of these people, bro.
Where will LSU be in the college football playoff ranking?
Number 6.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's get it. All right. Oh, Zay came through, said his name Deion Black. Y'all can't see it. Oh, Deion. Deion. Okay.
I don't know who that is.
You don't know who Deion is?
You know
the one who make all the profile, do change his name on Twitter every week.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I don't know why we can't see it either, Deion. It's just say Facebook user for us. Who want to go first?
I go. Mine'll be quick.
Oh, Daniel, I didn't. You didn't see the thing, but hold on, let me pull it so at least people know what it is. Chris, Ant, you want to go first since?
I'll go first since mine already.
While I pull this up.
Yep. All right, come on to the front, Amani Bates. I'm gonna give you a little shout out today, man. For those of y'all who don't know, Amani Bates was a highly touted basketball commit. He originally committed to I think he's from New York. He originally committed to Michigan State, but he decommitted from there and decided to go commit to Penny Hardaway in Memphis. He only played like 10 games there, and ultimately decided to transfer. He transferred to Eastern Michigan after the season last year, and right as soon as he got to Eastern Michigan, he got arrested and got charged with some crimes, and a lot of people wrote him off right then and there, saying he was a troublemaker. He was a bust. He wasn't never going to live up to the hype. A whole bunch of those kind of different things. But there you go, right there. Thanks, Pooh. He was on Sports Illustrated at 15, committed to Michigan State. Then decommitted, enrolled in Memphis, then played 18 games, committed to Eastern Michigan, got a traffic stop arrested with 2 gun-related felonies, and was suspended reached a plea deal, faced up to 2-year probation. They reinstated him to the team, and in his second game of the season, his first game of the season, they played the number 22 team in the country, Michigan, and he scored a career high 30 points. He went off. He was 12-19 from the field, and he pretty much single-handedly kept his team in that game for most of the game. So I know a lot of people wrote him off, said that, you know, he was hanging with the wrong crowd, running with the wrong group, and that he was going to basically throw away his career. I'm just glad somebody gave him a chance, stuck with him, you know, through this hard times, and that he's actually, you know, rewarding the school that took a chance on him and coming out balling like we all thought he could. So keep balling, young man. Some people out here rooting for you.
Yeah, so I want to call the SEC network to the altar, please. Pooh Bear, if you have that graphic, can you go ahead and pull it up for your boy? So, guys, can y'all please, I don't even know how to say this. How you even, Joe, I don't know. Guys, everything doesn't have to be Cajun.
Joey
Daniel?
Donals? I don't know, bro.
Crazy. I don't even know how to. I'm not even gonna start to try to even butcher it. But my thing is, guys, everything does not have to be Cajun. All right, we get it. Like, you know, we did the Joe Burrow jersey thing like that, but please just chill out. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. Let us do it. We'll do it. We'll come up with our own way to make Jaden Daniels Cajun in our own way. We don't need y'all to try to do it for us. Stop
it. Yeah. So Alyssa Lang, who's the young lady pictured in that graphic, she did put out and say, "Hey, look, our graphics guy did it. They went crazy. We don't know." So, but let me go ahead.
They went something.
They went something.
I don't even announce that.
All right. So since we call it not ESPN networks, ESPN Plus, ESPN3, whichever one, however you want to put it, come on down. Yesterday, one at 1 p.m. Central, 2 o'clock Eastern, the SIAC championship between Benedict College and Tuskegee was supposed to air on ESPN3. Benedict College came in undefeated at 10-0, 7-0 in the SIAC. Tuskegee came in at 8-2, 7-0 in the SIAC. It was a big matchup. It was a huge game. A lot of people were looking to watch it, but we couldn't. At 1 o'clock, when we click the link for the game, it just says this game will be starting shortly. 30 minutes later, you go back and click on it, and it said this game will be starting shortly. Go back an hour later, and it says this game will be starting shortly. Imagine if that would have been an SEC game. Imagine it had been an ACC game. Imagine if that would have been Conference USA. We'll even go that. People would be upset. A lot of people are upset. I would say it like this. You already give the crappiest camera angles, the crappiest cameras, and everything else when it comes to HBCU games. But you'll hype it up. You'll do a game day there. You'll do all the hoopla, show, saying the Divine Nine doing steps. You do all the chants. You'll call in Stephen A. Smith because he went to an HBCU, and you'll do all these things. But you won't even give them the decency to properly produce them and put them on TV. Hey, step up, do better.
Yep, and not to hijack your autocar, but they give better effort for Sun Belt Conference USA games than they gave a championship game yesterday, which is sad.
Yeah, they get better effort high school football games also.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Yeah, they had more cameras at Bishop Sycamore than they did.
Hello.
That's wild.
It's crazy, man. It was a game. I was looking forward to that game, and it never came on.
Yep,
never came on. But shout out to HBCU Go. They games play on TV and look
they got
good.
good quality,
Very good quality. Yeah.
Don't
Shout
even.
dude, right here, bro.
Don't even.
On that note,
Right.
Yeah. All right, we'll be back. We will, you know what I'm saying, speaking of the Benedict Tuskegee game, we'll be back on Wednesday, HBCU hour, breaking down the games for this past weekend. The playoff picture, I say the playoff picture, the SWAC championship picture got a little bit clearer. The Celebration Bowl, at least we know who one opponent is.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we'll be back on Wednesday to talk about that. We'll be back Thursday to pregame UAB. I don't know. We might be, maybe we can holler at somebody, get somebody on, you know, say former UAB player or something like that, and you know, say talk a little UAB with us. But other than that, do we have anything?
Like and subscribe and share.
Yeah. That's about it. What do I say? Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe on Twitter at Golden Boot. On Instagram at Golden Boot. On YouTube at The Golden Boot Pod. On Facebook at The Golden Boot Pod.
Golden Boot!